The second important reaction that I wanted to talk about today was iodoform. It's a very unique combination of events that leads to iodoform reaction. Iodoform की requirement क्या है? You need to have a carbon that's attached to a CH3 as well as OH. And इस साइड पे कोई भी कार्बन हो सकता है और यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन होना चाहिए. तो बेसिकली इस कार्बन के साथ हाइड्रोजन, OH, CH3 तीनों होने चाहिए. And we don't care what's on this side. So it's a very unique situation that we are trying to understand. And since it's unique, its reaction bhi bada unique hai. Here's what happens. You use an alkaline solution and iodine in it. Of course, you can use an alkaline ki bajaye aap matlab NaOH bhi likh sakte ho. That's still going to make alkaline, no? Now here's what happens. It happens in a multiple step reaction है ये. होता क्या है कि सबसे पहले यहाँ ऑक्सीडेशन होती है और आपको ऑब्वियसली क्या मिलेगा? You will get R, C, double bond O and CH3. पहला ये स्टेप होता है. सेकेंड स्टेप में फ्री रेडिकल सब्स्टिट्यूशन होती है and the CH3 part becomes CI3 part. Of course यहाँ पे बाय प्रोडक्ट्स बन रहे हैं, वाटर भी बन रहा है, जो भी चीज रिमूव हो रही है वो कहीं ना कहीं यूज हो रही है. But I'm only concerned with the organic compound here. And then this part reacts with hydroxide and you're able to get the hydroxide substituted with CI3 और CI3 CHI3 में convert हो जाता है. So kind of like the hydrolysis reaction. मतलब इसको बोलते नहीं है hydrolysis, लेकिन it's kind of like that कि ये bond टूटती है, इसको OH मिलता है और इसको H मिलता है. And this part is called iodoform. It's a yellow precipitate. And this thing is carboxylic acid. And this is an alkali. So that means they can react together और इससे हमारे पास further एस्टर क्रिएट हो सकता. अब ये पूरा साइकिल जो बन रहा है इसकी एक ही ऑब्जर्वेशन है, द येलो सॉलिड बीइंग मेड. एंड द मेन यूज ऑफ दिस सिचुएशन.
Explain it again.
Yeah, sure. So you have these three ingredients. They do multi-step reaction. We don't need to dissect every step right now. You will not be asked about it that, okay, how does this happen? How is it that suddenly this is oxidized when we haven't even added an oxidizing agent? We technically have iodine is an oxidizing agent, but वो आपसे नहीं पूछता उसका mechanism आपसे नहीं पूछता वो. What you need to understand is that in this unique setup of things, this is something that works. So first, this carbon gets oxidized. Being a secondary carbon, it produces a ketone. Then the methyl groups, it splits up and makes iodoform. And it is replaced by OH. So making a carboxylic acid. So kind of like saying, if I had, let's say I had this. First of all, can I do iodoform reaction with this? Yes, because I do have this part, CH3HOH. I will add the necessary things, iodine plus hydroxide, sure. And now this part will eventually split up और मुझे मिलेगा CHI3, which is yellow solid. And this remaining part will make carboxylic acid. So, which will obviously react with the alkali to make whatever I want. अब बात यह है कि आपके पास यहाँ पे थे 4 कार्बन और आपके पास जो एसिड बना है वो है 3 कार्बन वाला. So the carbon chain is shortened in this process. Now here's a question. Can you think of any primary alcohol which will do this. क्योंकि ये तो secondary alcohol है ना, इसके इस side पे भी carbon है, इस side पे भी carbon है. Can you think of a primary alcohol that can do this?
Sorry, ethanol.
Ethanol, exactly. Because ethanol is in a unique situation where you have OH, where you have H, and you have methyl, and इस side पे hydrogen है, तो ठीक है, पड़ा रहे hydrogen, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? What acid will ethanol produce in this situation?
Methanoic acid.
Methanoic acid, shabash. So one carbon is removed, the methyl wala part. Okay, so I'm going to give you 4 compounds. एक ये है. Will it do iodoform reaction?
Yes, sir.
It will, because this carbon has a methyl group, has an hydrogen, has OH, and इस side पे जो भी हो क्या फर्क पड़ता है. Okay, let's try this one.
Sir?
Will it do? Yes.
So for this reaction to happen, it needs to have like say sari groups.
Huh.
Like
You need to have hydrogen, you need to have OH, you need to have methyl. क्योंकि देखो ऑक्सीडाइज होना है जिसका मतलब है कि आपके पास 2 हाइड्रोजन चाहिए, और मीथाइल से आयोडोफॉर्म बनाना है इसका मतलब है कि मीथाइल होना चाहिए, right? So technically the idea is that you need to have a secondary carbon which can be oxidized, and you need to have a methyl group next to it. That's all. Okay, let's try this one. Will this do iodoform reaction?
So which one?
This one. The third
No.
one that I just showed. Why not?
Yeah, I will.
Sir, it won't.
It won't. Like, it can be oxidized, sure, because it's a primary carbon, but because of the same idea, it's a primary carbon or primary alcohol.
Methyl
It
group
can't do,
nahi.
there's no methyl group there. Yes, very good idea. Okay, here's another one. Will this do iodoform reaction?
It would.
Yes, very good. It will, because this has hydrogen, this has methyl group, or इस side पे जो भी हो, we don't really need to worry.
So what about the second one you do?
This one?
It's at the top right.
So it's not attached to hydrogen. So methyl, methyl, OH, and this ethyl. There's no methyl there.
All right.
So everybody clear about it? Perfect. So we are done with alcohols. We are done with their oxidation. We are done with how we can make aldehydes. And now one last thing that is left is, what do ketones do? Like, what are they good for? What can I use them for? जो अभी हमने कीटोन बनाए थे, तो उनका हम कर क्या सकते हैं? So the thing is that these ketones, sure आपने उनको बना लिया, but इनके बहुत से रिएक्शन हमारे सिलेबस में है ही नहीं. We focus too much on how we get them, not what we can do with them. And usually the questions simply talk about how you can separate or identify alcohols from ketones, from aldehydes, and how you can identify what kind of alcohol you have. So let me just put them all in a list here. So I have primary alcohol, I have secondary alcohol, I have tertiary alcohol, I have aldehyde, I have ketone, and I have carboxylic acid. And I had 4 oxidizing agents there. ठीक है, मेरे पास KMNO4 था in acidic solution, मेरे पास K2Cr2O7 था, मेरे पास tolerance reagent था, मेरे पास Fehling solution था, और मेरे पास iodoform था. अच्छा, अब जरा मुझे बताएं, प्राइमरी अल्कोहल KMNO4 के साथ रिएक्ट करता है कि नहीं करता?
करता है सर.
बिल्कुल करता है. प्राइमरी अल्कोहल कैन बी ऑक्सीडाइज्ड, यस. सेकेंडरी अल्कोहल,
It does.
Yes.
it does.
Yes.
It can be oxidized, yes, but this can't be oxidized. Can I oxidize aldehyde with it?
Yes.
Can I oxidize a ketone?
No, sir.
I can't, right? So I can't do this. And can I oxidize a carboxylic acid? No, I can't. Okay. One more thing. Which of these will react with sodium?
So acid.
Will acid will react? Yes. Alcohol will also react. क्यों?
So electronegativity difference OH.
Yes. The bond between hydrogen and oxygen is polar. तो उसकी वजह से वो reaction करते हैं. And alcohols can act as acids. Sure, वो थोड़े से weak acid होते हैं, लेकिन वो acid के तौर पे reaction कर सकते हैं. Okay? इसी तरह K2Cr2O7 is no different, so मैं इनको combine कर रहा हूँ. अच्छा, टॉलरेंस रिएजेंट एंड फेलिंग सॉल्यूशन भी दोनों कोई बहुत डिफरेंट नहीं है, तो आई एम गोइंग टू कंबाइन देम. कैन आई ऑक्सीडाइज प्राइमरी अल्कोहल्स विद देम? यस, बट आई नीड टू हीट इट अप. यूजुअली सेकेंडरी अल्कोहल्स नहीं ऑक्सीडाइज होते, टर्शियरी तो वैसे ही नहीं हो सकता. एल्डिहाइड्स डेफिनेटली होते हैं, इसको तो ऑक्सीडाइज कर नहीं सकते और इसको भी ऑक्सीडाइज कर नहीं सकते. सो अब जरा देखें कि कैन आई डिफरेंशिएट between a primary alcohol and a carboxylic acid by using this. I can. अगर मुझे पता है ना कि ये अल्कोहल है और एक कार्बोक्सिलिक है, इफ आई नो फॉर श्योर कि एक अल्कोहल है और एक कार्बोक्सिलिक है, तो मैं उसमें देख सकता हूं. ठीक है? क्यों? क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि ये दोनों अल्कोहल्स ऑक्सीडाइज होते हैं, लेकिन ये नहीं होता. बट अगर मुझे नहीं पता कि ये कौन सा अल्कोहल है, मुझे ये पता है कि अल्कोहल है, लेकिन मुझे नहीं पता कौन सा अल्कोहल है, that means I can differentiate between tertiary and secondary by using strong oxidizing agents. Similarly, can I separate a secondary alcohol using the iodoform reaction? Can I identify if something is a secondary alcohol just by using iodoform reaction?
No.
Iodoform को मैं check कर सकता हूं for secondary alcohol, but only with the specific secondary alcohol. जिस secondary alcohol में CHOH होगा with CH3, सिर्फ उस secondary alcohol को मैं इससे separate कर सकता हूं. किसी और secondary alcohol को इससे check नहीं कर सकता. Similarly, if I know that two things are primary alcohols, लेकिन उनमें से एक ethanol है C2H5OH, तो उस पे भी iodoform react करता है. So that means I can separate ethanol from other primary alcohols, which means I need to know whether they are primary alcohols or not. I can separate this particular alcohol from other secondary alcohols, but I can't do anything else with this iodoform reaction in this case. और मेरी observation क्या होगी? Yellow precipitate. Okay. Similarly, अगर मुझे देखना है कि मेरे पास, if I know that one thing is aldehyde and one thing is carboxylic acid, so उसको differentiate कैसे करूंगा? Aldehyde will oxidize, but carboxylic acid will not. Similarly, ketone will not oxidize, but aldehyde will. So that means I can differentiate between aldehyde and ketone and carboxylic acid and tertiary alcohol, sure, using tolerance reagent or failing solution. Okay. So the red precipitate that I get in failing solution, वो मुझे बता रहा है कि मेरे पास ये है, aldehyde है, और दूसरा नहीं है, silver mirror नहीं. ठीक है? So these are two basic tests that I can use to figure out between all of these reactions, just to know कि अच्छा ये react कैसे करते हैं और इनमें differentiate कैसे कर सकता हूँ मैं. ठीक है? Now one more thing, there are some reducing agents that we use as well, and I will give you two of them: sodium borohydride and aluminum lithium aluminum hydride. हाँ, ये दोनों. This one is used in aqueous situation and this one is used in ether. I cannot use this with water क्योंकि ये explode कर सकता. So now the question is, can something be reduced? So can I reduce primary alcohol?
Yes, sir.
कैसे?
Sir, LiH4, sir.
कर तो हम सकते हैं, लेकिन कभी भी वो आएगा नहीं हमारे सिलेबस में, क्योंकि उससे जो एक कंपाउंड बनता है ना, वो हमारे सिलेबस में है नहीं. तो आई एम गोना स्किप दिस. आई शुडंट हैव आस्क्ड यू दिस. अच्छा, एल्डिहाइड को बोलो रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं. Yes, we can. Aldehydes can be reduced to primary alcohols. Can ketones be reduced? Yes, they will be reduced to secondary alcohols. And can carboxylic acids be reduced? Yes, they can be reduced. समझ आ गया?
So carboxylic acid would be reduced to what, sir?
They will reduce to alcohol जिससे वो बने.
Alcohol, sorry.
हाँ. So ये oxidation और reduction के बारे में हमारे पास, this is the main idea. And the way carboxylic acids react is very similar to other situations. Like अगर यहाँ पे OH की जगह पे Cl भी आ जाएगा ना, तो carboxylic acid फिर भी reduce हो सकता है. मतलब obviously वो carboxylic acid रहेगा नहीं, वो कुछ और बन जाएगा, but फिर भी वो reduce हो सकेगा. And that is in A2. अभी उसको देखने की हमें जरूरत नहीं. All right, so I hope you understand this and the basic ideas behind it. कि oxidation कहाँ हो सकती है, reduction कहाँ हो सकती है, कौन सी चीज as an acid react कर सकती है. Those are the three main ideas, and the fourth one is iodoform. Okay, Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, sir.